Hey guys, what's up? Good evening. Welcome back to another live stream. February 29th. So this is a leap year. So the month of February is ending today. How are you guys doing today? Please let me know if you can hear me. Please. I can see my friend Aaron Burns over there. Hey Alvaro, I got a pivot on Apple at 180.90. I'm thinking it can consolidate under it. I would be a buyer of puts. Okay, let's go over Apple. Absolutely. Welcome back, guys. Hello. So, what a month. What a month of February. Today we had a record close. In the case of the S&P 500, Russell 2000 went up 0.71%. The Nasdaq went up 0.90%. The Dow went up not much, 0.12%. And the S&P 500 and the SPY for that matter went up 0.52%. Please drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you guys want me to go over. What a month. I have some interesting stuff to show you guys. And let me have a sip of coffee here. Hold on. It's been a long day for me. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is the job that I did today on Discord. Today we had a very solid trading session and we managed to catch the low of the session. Take a look. So this is my Discord channel. So I am posting information about the SPY throughout every single trading session. As you guys can see, good morning guys, happy Thursday for y'all, whatever. So take a look at what happened today, guys. We managed to take a very nice trade over here, guys. So this is a chart of the SPY, a 1 day, 1 minute chart. And take a look at the low of the session today, guys. Once we saw some sort of acceptable drop that started at around 11:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take a look. The SPY dropped from $507.66 down to $505.33. So let's reconcile this price action with the stuff that I was posting on my Discord channel, in case that any of you guys are not familiar with my Discord channel. Because as you guys know, the pro investors on Chris Saint's server, every single one of us has their own Discord channel, right? So take a look at what happened today here, guys. I told you. So let me see. I told you guys at was here. Let me see. This was the low of the session. The low of the session was at 11:42 a.m. So keep in mind this time, guys. 11:42 a.m. Again, the SPY pulls back, and the bulls found support at $505.30, pretty much. So let's reconcile that price action with the stuff that I was posting on Discord. Take a look. At 11:38 a.m., I posted this. $506 is still a potential spot for a bounce. Take a look at the time, guys. 11:38 a.m. Closing candles below $506 invalidates the bounce and opens the door for what, guys? $505.30. None other than the session low that we saw earlier on today. So at 11:47 a.m. I posted, and there it is. And there it is, the bounce from $505.30. I ended up making over here something like $100. You guys can see over here. This was a trade that I took with SPY calls. Arguably, I left some money on the table. But, you know, the price action lately has been a bit choppy, so I preferred to secure my gains. And after the bulls found support at $505.30, this was pretty much a rocket ride, pretty much until the closing of the trading session, guys, at $509.78. So from the low that I told you guys about at 11:20 a.m. and that was hit at 11:40 a.m. From that low up to the price at which the SPY closed today at, we saw a rally of pretty much 1%, guys, 0.88%. So very good job, guys, today calling balls and strikes about the SPY. And for those who aren't familiar with my Discord channel, you just need to go to the Pro Investors tab. Here you guys can see it, and simply, have access to my channel. The other guys are also doing a very good job, Mario, Curtis, and Alpha Trader. But if you want to have like very specific information about the SPY, you just need to take a peek at my Discord channel. So you guys are already asking about an Nvda, and I have over here Apple. I wanted to show you something, guys. So February is gone. That's it. It is history. Take a look at this chart of the SPY. So we are obviously in a very clear and undisputable uptrend above all the moving averages. By the way, the moving averages that you guys see on my technical charts are the following. The red one is the 200-day moving average. This is a very important moving average. You guys can also see over here a blue line, a blue moving average. This is the 100-day moving average. The pink one is the 20-day, and the white wine. Sorry, not the white wine. I would like to have a white wine as of now. I'm very tired today, guys, so I do apologize for the mistakes that you guys can listen to throughout the streaming. The white line, the white line that you guys can see over here is the 5-day moving average, which is a moving average that I use in order to determine who is in control of minor time frames, either buyers or sellers. So what do we see in the case of the SPY, guys? A super clear uptrend. And on top of that, every single moving average that you guys can see over here is upward sloping. This index is under the total control of buyers, 100%. There are zero reasons to short the markets as of now. Are we going to have some sort of sizable pullback at some point? Yes, we will. But as of now, guys, the SPY looks like it is about to keep going higher. However, I have some let's say statistical information that I want to share with you guys. So take a look at this, guys. Let me take a snipping tool of this. Let me see. There you go. So take a look at this information that is worth to be pointed out. So this is an S&P 500 election year seasonal pattern that goes from 1949 up to 2023. Okay? So the green line that you guys can see over here and that I am pointing out represents a sitting president running for the election. As you guys know, that is the case of Mr. Joe Biden. So take a look at the seasonal pattern of the S&P 500 when we have a sitting president running once again for the presidency. So usually from mid-February over here down to or up to, I should say, pretty much mid-March, we tend to see some sort of seasonal weakness in the case of the S&P 500. And if it is the case of the S&P 500, that implies that this is the case of the markets in general terms. However, take a look at how supposedly, okay, when we have a running president, trying to be reelected, we usually see weakness in the second half of February, as you guys can see over here. But that wasn't the case today, guys. Today we had a brand new record close of the S&P 500. So I have another interesting statistical fact that I can show you, guys. So let me show you here. What is this? As you guys must know, as of now, okay, the S&P 500 went up during December, January, and obviously February. Okay? Those 3 months were very good months for the bulls in general terms. So this situation, guys, of the SPY or the S&P 500 going up during December, January, and February has occurred on 25 occasions since 1936. Take a look. It isn't common, okay, having the S&P 500 going up during December, January, and February. Okay, so every single time that this situation has occurred, or I shouldn't say every single time. I mean, every single time that this situation has occurred, 12 months out, the S&P 500 shows a positive return. So this is very bullish from a 1 year out standpoint. But when it comes to March, we have an average positive return for the S&P 500 of 1.42%. Whenever this situation that is kind of odd, we can say, or weird, of having the S&P 500 going higher on December, January, and February. So since 1936, on average, when we have had this performance of the S&P 500, March happens to be a positive month with an average return of 1.42%. So over here we have like two statistical facts that do not coincide, because according to the seasonal pattern of the S&P 500, as I just showed you guys, March could be a negative month for the markets as a whole. Okay, as you guys can see over here, from a seasonal standpoint, we tend to see some sort of seasonal weakness. But if we consider this statistical information, we have I would say, a high likelihood of having a positive month of March. We'll see what happens. So what statistic is going to play out in March, we will find that out in 30 days or so. What do you guys believe? That March is going to be a positive month? Or are you guys riding the bear train and you're rooting for some sort of pullback or correction in the markets? What do you guys think is going to happen in March? Let me know. Okay, that being said, the trend is our friend. The trend is up. The moving averages are upward sloping. So in my opinion, we have an appointment with all-time high, guys. More likely than not, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, who knows, at $510.48 approximately. That's my humble opinion. If something happens, if we happen to see this seasonal weakness like getting stronger, I will let you guys know pretty much what you need to know about the SPY on my Discord channel. Okay, Nvda. Let's go over Nvda. No, sorry, I have the request of Aaron, which is asking about Apple. Yeah, I mean, this is a former Magnificent 7 stock. It is no longer a Magnificent 7. It was kicked out of that elite group along with Tesla. This is a very ugly looking chart. It is amazing, guys, having the SPY about to hit a brand new all-time high, and at the same time seeing Apple showing this crappy chart. So Apple went down today 0.37%, and it closed the trading session at $180.75. So Aaron, you're talking about hard to say, but a solid strategy will keep you safe. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So Aaron, you're talking about 180, closing candles below 180. I do agree on that. I mean, this is a short, guys. So the weakness that we are seeing in the case of Apple is terrible. This stock is trading as of now below all the moving averages. It is making pretty much lower highs and lower lows. And if we happen to see Apple closing one or two trading sessions below, let's say $179, $179, this is going to be another another lower low. So yeah, this would be the confirmation that that we can short Apple over here. I mean, I would do it over here. Actually, if Apple loses this support, guys, of $179, this is the most recent low that it made. Yeah, I mean, this is a short, bro. I don't see any reason in order to go long Apple here. So yeah, this would be like super negative, having Apple making another lower low over here, because it is already making, as I just told you guys, some series of lower highs and lower lows, but it didn't make a brand new lower low today, because $179 is a bit below the current. It is a bit below the level that Apple closed the trading session at today, but below 179, this would be another lower low, below all the moving averages. The 5-day moving average is clearly downtrending. This is a short, absolutely. I wouldn't think about going long Apple until I see some sort of strength over here. I don't know what could be a potential situation in order to maybe try to go long Apple here. If the bulls can recapture the 5-day moving average near $182, who knows? I mean, not a good looking short, guys. So yeah, let's see what happens. And the markets seem to have decoupled from Apple. So we used to have this old saying that as Apple goes, so goes the market. But that is no longer the case, guys. Yeah. So the markets have decoupled from Apple 100%. So yeah, I would say that more than closing candles below 180, I would say that closing candles below 179, and say that closing one or two trading sessions below 179 and making a brand new lower low, this would be the confirmation that we need to short Apple and that we have lower prices on deck, more likely than not. Let me take a look, guys, at the market structure of Apple. So AAPL, what do we have here? Let me see. The market structure is looking kind of, I'm not going to say encouraging. The market structure of Apple, so the imbalance that I am seeing over here between the supply and the demand buyers, supply sellers, it is some sort of light at the end of the tunnel because the demand is rising. So I would be a bit careful here. I would need to see Apple closing one or two trading sessions below 179. So making a brand new lower low before shorting Apple here. And since the demand is kind of rising, so I don't know. Watch out for Apple maybe recapturing this 5-day moving average, or maybe closing candles above 181. That could be signaling that maybe we can, kind of try to take a short-term trade to the upside, because from 182 or closing candles slightly above the 5-day moving average up to the 200-day moving average at 184, this could represent a 1% profit trade. But in general terms, this is a very crappy chart. And according to the price action, we have lower prices coming up for Apple. Let me see if I have any in meaningful AVWAP over here that I can point out. No, guys, nothing. Take a look. So Apple is trading below these two AVWAPs. So the longest one comes from the all-time high of Apple. All-time highs that was hit. When was this hit? This was hit back in mid-December. So these market participants are losing money as of now. They have an average price of $187. And when it comes to the shortest AVWAP, or anchor volume weighted average price line, this one comes from the last earnings report of Apple. And these market participants that opened positions on Apple since its last earnings report, they are also losing money. They have an average price of how much? Of $184. And I think that $184 happens to coincide. Yeah, take a look. $184, guys, happens to coincide with the 200-day moving average. So we have the convergence of a major moving average, such as the 200-day moving average, with an anchor volume weighted average price that comes from the last earnings report of Apple. This is a big, but I gotta emphasize this. This is a huge level of overhead supply for Apple. So if Apple happens to have some sort of relief rally over here, I would be fading the rally at 188 bucks approximately. I'm trying to decide how far buy the options out of a month or more. Any recommendations? Bro, if you can pay for some extrinsic value, that gives you, or that provides the trade with more room in order to turn out to be a successful one. Usually when I buy either puts or calls, I am going 2 or 3 months out. Okay? And that allows me to not being forced to place a very tight stop. Okay? Because you have extrinsic value. And as you guys know, or as you guys should know, the extrinsic value has to do with time. So you're buying time. Okay? I'm still learning, but it seems the smart thing to do is to buy with 4 expiration dates. Yes, I mean, that increases the likelihood of success of the trade. Absolutely. But I mean, you still need to have a plan. Okay? I mean, you need to size the trade properly, of course, and you need to determine how much money you can lose from that trade. But yes, if you buy puts, either puts or calls or options in general terms that expire 2 or 3 months out, you have more room, obviously, for the trade in order to turn out to be a successful one. Yeah, I would go to at least 2 months out. Okay? Yeah. And I would be shorting Apple below 179. Yeah. Okay, I have Nvda. Let's go over Nvda over here. Sure, let me take a sip of Sprite here, guys. Okay. Excuse me. Nvda. Take a look at this, guys. Oh my God. By the way, I have an unusual options alert for you guys. This is a sticky note material. So go ahead and grab a sticky note, guys, because I got an unusual option alert in the case of Nvda from yesterday's trading session. So buckle up. Yesterday, someone, we don't know who placed this bet in favor of Nvda. So $14 million were invested on Nvda calls that expire on April 19th with a strike price of, get this, guys, $870. I repeat, $14 million on Nvda calls that expire on April 19th with a strike price of $870. This was a bet in favor of Nvda that was placed yesterday. So someone is believing that Nvda has a huge upside potential from this point and on. And I would agree with that idea, obviously, because this is a very good looking chart. I have been telling you guys since forever ago, and most of you guys that watch my streams every single Thursday know that what I am about to tell you is the truth. So I have been saying here over and over again that Nvda is a bit far away from home base. When I say home base, I am talking about both the 100 and the 200-day moving average. So take a look. Nvda is trading as of now 48% above its 100-day moving average. And it is also trading, let me see, 64% above its 200-day moving average. So we can make the case that it is a bit far away from home base. But I have been saying this, guys, every single Thursday, and this beast keeps going higher. Why? Because this chart is under the total control of buyers. So as of now, we have the 20-day and the 5-day moving average upward sloping. There is zero reason, and I repeat again, guys, please, there is zero reason to short Nvda. Don't do it. It is a losing strategy. Nvda seems to have an appointment with higher prices, more likely than not. So today we had a very bullish price action. So Nvda was able to hold today as support the same. It held as support yesterday's low, which is a good sign. And on top of that, the bulls were able to recapture the 5-day moving average, which is a moving average that they failed at on yesterday's trading session. And take a look at this detail, guys. Nvda wasn't able to close a trading session. Let me see. No, so they failed yesterday. Okay, so take a look. Nvda has been trading above the 5-day moving average since, I don't know. This is ridiculous, guys. Take a look at this. So remember, the white line that you guys can see over here is the 5-day moving average. So Nvda has held the 5-day moving average as support, guys, since forever ago. Take a look at this. Let me zoom out. Take a look. So it has been trading above the 5-day moving average, I don't know, since pretty much forever ago. That implies that Nvda is under the absolute control of buyers, guys. So let me see. It lost the 5-day moving average for some trading sessions. Let me see over here. I know this was back in August of last year. Every single time that the 5-day moving average has been tested as support, it has either acted as support immediately, or I don't know, Nvda can trade like a couple of trading sessions below the 5-day moving average and the bulls immediately recapture it. So that's exactly what happened today. So Nvda closed yesterday's trading session below the 5-day moving average, and that moving average was held as support and recaptured, for that matter, once again today. So this is extremely bullish, and I would say, guys, that in regular market conditions, I already showed you some statistical information, guys. We could see some sort of seasonal weakness in the markets as a whole because of the beginning of March, and I just showed you the figures, right? But Nvda opens the trading session tomorrow above the 5-day. So if we happen to see Nvda closing candles above $788, $790, this is bullish, guys. That implies more likely than not that the bulls of Nvda are gathering momentum in order to fill this gap up to the all-time highs of Nvda, $824. This is unfinished business. Very good looking chart, guys. So I would be looking forward to trading Nvda to the upside if I see consolidation above $790, something like that. This would be my trade in the case of Nvda. Let me see the market structure of Nvda. I think that I have one AVWAP that is worth to point out in the case of Nvda. But let me take a look at the market structure. So demand and supply. What do we have here? Let's see. Come on. So the demand is rising. The supply is starting to rise and a bit below average. When I say average, I am talking about this dotted line that you guys can see over here. But the level of the demand is way above the level of the supply. That implies that implies pretty much that we have more buyers than sellers in the case of Nvda. So I would go long here above $790 approximately. And take a look at this AVWAP, guys, that I wanted to show you in the case of Nvda. Let me see. Nvda Corporation. There you go. Take a look. Let me see if you guys can see it. Look. It is a tiny AVWAP, but it is here. Take a look. Let me zoom in. Look, this white line that you guys can see over here. This is an AVWAP, an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the all-time high of Nvda. And take a look at the price, guys. $790. So this reconfirms my idea that above $790, guys, on with Nvda closing candles above that level, we can easily go long Nvda over here. Okay, I think we are done with the beast, Nvda. Is there a short trade over here, guys? I don't know, guys. Maybe if we say that tomorrow we have, a weekday in the markets because March is starting out and we are seeing seasonal weakness and you know the drill. Say that SMH is falling off a cliff and the Qs are falling off a cliff. If Nvda breaks this support that acted as such yesterday and today as well near $770 on good volume, I would say, we could give it a shot with a tight stop, obviously, because we are going to be trying to short a clear uptrend. That would be a possibility. But other than that, guys, forget it. I think that Nvidia is going higher, and who knows if Nvidia is actually heading up to $870, guys. Wow. If that were the case, guys, we can make some good money here to the upside. Okay. What other requests do I have here? Google McGoogle. Sure. Guys, let me ask you something. So the problem that we are having with Google as of now, as you guys got to know, is that this AI feature that Google has, I think that the name is Gemini, right? So this AI feature really, fucked up. And you guys saw what happened, right? Right? Like, it was depicting like World War II soldiers, like if they were, I'm not gonna say the word. You guys get the point, right? Okay, listen up. This company has $70 billion in cash. You guys heard well. $70 billion in pure cash, no debt at all. Okay, let me show you this. Let me see if I can pull up some stats of Google. Take a look at this, guys. This company has, take a look at this. This company has a cash and cash equivalents position of $110 billion. And the total debt of Google is $25 billion. This is absolutely insane. This company is literally swimming in a sea of cash. So we had this issue with Gemini, right? And the markets are feeling like insecure about the fact that Google is going to be an AI player and stuff like that. Do you guys think that Google will not figure this out having $70 billion in cash? So is this the end of Google? So if we say that AI is going to be the new tech revolution and stuff like that, so who could think, guys, that Alphabet will not be able to figure this out? So why am I saying that? Because the chart isn't looking well. Obviously, we have we can see over here a downward sloping 5-day moving average. The bulls are trying to recapture this upward sloping 100-day moving average. So we have a very nice fight here between the bears and the bulls. We will see who ends up winning the fight, obviously, right? But for you guys, and I know that you guys love these kind of AI stocks, and you guys love Palantir, and you guys love Nvda, and I don't know, AMD and C3AI and stuff like that. And most of you guys believe that AI is going to change the world and AI to the moon, bruh. If you guys believe so, I think that this is a viable dip in the case of Google, guys. Despite the fact that we are seeing over here a chart that doesn't look that good, obviously, right? So we can also see over here an upward sloping 200-day moving average, which is an encouraging sign for the bulls. So what would be the trade here, guys? Take a look at how the 5-day and the 100-day moving average are very close from each other. So a potential trade to the upside in the case of Google would be Google being able to recapture and hold as support both moving averages, the upward sloping 100 and the downward sloping 5-day. So if you guys happen to see a process of consolidation above the 5-day moving average, so a process of consolidation above 100, 180, 140 bucks, sorry guys, not 180. It might go up to 180. But if you guys happen to see a process of consolidation above 140 bucks, this could be a buy, guys. And I think that because of the valuation of Alphabet and because of the fact that I think that this is going to be an AI player, a successful one, I would say, if AI is going to be the new revolution and all that, and all that stuff. So I think that this dip is going to end up being bought up. And the fact that the bulls defended the 100-day moving average is some sort of, positive sign over here. You guys have to be careful because the 200-day moving average could start to act like a magnet if the bulls fail at recapturing this 5-day moving average near $140. So above $140, I think that this is you guys could be starting a position on Alphabet. And below $140, be careful because the 200 could be acting like a magnet. And full disclosure, I already have a position over here, guys, with 2 call options. I already bugged the dip. It didn't work out immediately. And as of now, I have a small unrealized loss of, I don't know, $40, $50. But I'm thinking, guys, that unless the markets, retrace because of the, seasonal weakness and stuff like that of March, I think that Alphabet could be about to go higher, guys. It is in a good looking chart, but above $140, I think that if you don't have a position already on Alphabet, you could give it a thought here. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if we have any imbalance between buyers and sellers that could benefit Google. Let's see. Alrighty. What do we have here? Take a look, guys. Remember, on top of this chart, you guys can see the demand or buyers, and at the bottom, you guys can see the supply or sellers. So, take a look. The demand is starting to rise, and the supply is starting to decrease. This is a positive sign for Google. So, we are starting to see some sort of sellers exhaustion over here, and buyers are starting to show up. And we can actually reconcile this market structure chart with the technical chart. And why? Well, because the bulls were able to recapture the 100-day moving average. So that's encouraging. Let's see. Let's see if we can see any AV webs here that could be potentially telling us any meaningful information. And take a look. So what is this? Let me see. And this is an AV web that comes from last year. This was an earnings report of Google, right? Let's see. I mean, the only AV web. So you guys can see that this AV web that I am pointing out here acted as support, a clock. This AV web comes from, from an earnings report that Google posted last year. This was on July 19th. So we can make the case that these buyers, defended their positions. And that's the reason why Google bounced back up from $135. We can make that case. But the AV web that I would be more focused on would be this one, guys. The one that comes from the all-time high of Google. Okay. So over here, we have an average price of 140. Let me see. $144. That implies that the average market participants that started positions on Google once this stock hit all-time highs, this was back on January 30th. As of now, they have an average price of $144. So $144, or we can assume that $144 is going to be a tough spot of resistance for Google on its way up, because we have a bunch of buyers trapped at around $144. So let me see over here, $144. Yeah, and take a look at how $144 as of now is coinciding with the 20-day moving average. So I would be careful at $144 if I had a winning position on Alphabet, okay? And I mean, that would be actually my price target in order to close the 2 call options that I have as of now in the case of Google. I went out to September on Nvda with a $900 call. Okay, good. Mesha Culpepper. I mean, your call is out of the money. I don't trade out of the money options. So you don't have the best delta out there. But if Nvda goes up to 850, 870, you're going to end up making money over there, and you have a lot of extrinsic value. So yeah, the extrinsic value that you have on that call kind of, evens it up relative to the fact that you bugged a way out of the money call option. Good. I like it. There you go. AMD Advanced Micro Devices. There you go. Let's see. It hit a brand new all-time high today, guys. $194. I have nothing to say here, guys. And mind you, I saw. Let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute chart, guys. And I saw this. I saw some people today trying to short Nvda at $190. I was like, I don't understand this trade, guys. Why would AMD retrace from $190? I saw a lot of people, guys, buying puts here. And I was arguing, like, I don't see the short trade here, guys. This stock is in an uptrend above all the moving averages, and it is in a very clear breakout to the upside from $185. Take a look at $185, guys. Take a look. So the bulls failed at $185. This was back on January 25th, and they failed right at $185 once again on February 22nd. The second, no pun intended, that the bulls burst above 185, this was a clear and beautiful technical breakout. Why were there people trying to short AMD at $190 today? It doesn't make any sense. And again, guys, and I always try to emphasize this, like, hold on for a second, guys. So we have this phenomenon in the markets, and try to avoid these kind of mistakes. So a lot of people, guys, love to short clear uptrends and stocks that are clearly under the total control of buyers. And they always have an excuse. Always. The stock is overbought. The stock is above all the Bollinger Bands. The stock is overextended. They always come up with an excuse, guys. There's always an excuse to short an uptrending stock. And this is the perfect formula in order to lose money in this business. You need to respect the trend. There is zero reason to short AMD at these levels unless an important area of support happens to be broken to the downside. Say that tomorrow, guys, we open lower and, the seasonal weakness of the markets, starts to play out and stuff like that. If AMD pulls back and breaks to the downside, this former area of resistance that now should be acting as support, I would understand grabbing some puts here. But why do we see people trying to guess tops? It makes no sense, guys. Oh, AMD is getting up to $190. I am going to buy puts. Don't do that. So this is a recipe for disaster. Trying to short uptrends. And usually, for the most part, those people tend to do this. So take a look at the chart of AMD. So they look at a chart such as the chart of, I don't know, let me see, Rivian. Take a look at this piece of trash. This is a piece of garbage. So they see an opportunity to go long on Rivian, but they are trying to buy puts of AMD on a very clear technical breakout. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever, guys. Take a look at this horrible chart of Rivian. Why would I be buying here this dip? Because, again, and this is a concept that you guys need to get familiar with, you need to understand and respect the net aggregate opinion of the markets. So the net aggregate opinion of the market is telling me that there is something wrong going on in the case of Rivian. I need to respect that and stay away from these kind of crappy charts. And in the case of AMD, I don't know why, because this is an expensive stock. That's another excuse. No, the stock is overvalued. Okay. But the markets, the net aggregate opinion of the market is telling me that everything is super, super good with AMD. So these are two mistakes that you need to avoid in order to be able to remain for a long time in this business. In the case of AMD, guys, it hit a brand new all-time high today. It is in no man's land. There is nothing to say here, guys. Would I chase AMD here? No, not. I mean, I wouldn't do it. Not. No is the answer. I wouldn't do it because above $196, it is going to be entering into no man's land. So I am not going to chase AMD here. Maybe a retracement, a pullback down to the area that I just told you guys about, down to $184, would make me think about buying the dip. This is a very clear previous area of resistance that now could be acting as support. So I think that this would be a viable pullback, again, in normal market conditions. A tiny pullback down to $184. I am not going to take a look at any AV gaps here because we don't have any buyers trapped in the case of AMD. But let me see the market structure of AMD. I am curious. Advanced micro devices. Let's see. And let me take another sip of Sprite. And guys, sorry if my technical analysis is a bit long. But I try to teach you some stuff during my streams, right? Take a look at the market structure, guys. The demand is rising. The supply is starting to rise, but below average. We have more buyers than sellers. So who knows? I mean, AMD closed the trading session today at $192. By the way, guys, AMD is getting closer to a very big fat number, $200. When it comes to fat numbers, 200, 300, 100, those fat numbers tend to act like a magnet. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I am not pumping AMD, and I am not going to chase it here. I wouldn't be surprised if that $200 gap gets filled because it is a fat number and it could start to act like a magnet. So there you go, AMD. Thank you, Jonathan. There you go. Okay, we have SMCI, super microcomputer. I was talking about SMCI, guys, to the people of my Patreon today. So we have an interesting development here because everyone is calling out a bubble and SMCI is going back to $200 and $300. In my humble opinion, guys, this AI party was started by Nvda. Nvda was the first company that showed that they can make a lot of money, not a lot of money, but good money from this AI hype. So this is my personal opinion and I could be mistaken. Since Nvda was the company that started the AI party, this party will keep going until Nvda ends the party. And this company is very, but very close to Nvda from a market sentiment standpoint. So I'm thinking that even though you guys know that we have a lot of people calling out a bubble in the case of super microcomputer and stuff like that, I don't see much downside here, guys. And I could be mistaken. If I am mistaken, I am going to be the one that is going to tell you that I was mistaken. Not a problem. I don't mind being mistaken. This will not be the first time that I am mistaken. But take a look at how, guys, if I pull up here, let me pull up here a 10-day, a 30-minute chart. Take a look at how the volatility of SMCI has been decreasing during the last 3 or 4 trading sessions. Take a look at the range in which super microcomputer was trading at a week or 2 weeks ago. This was insane, guys. Take a look at this range from $1,080 down to $600. This was insane. So take a look at how the range has narrowed. And in my opinion, that implies that the net aggregate opinion of the markets is starting to find some sort of consensus about the price that the average market participant is able to pay for one share or many shares of super microcomputer. So take a look at how the range has narrowed. This is positive, guys. This is very, but very positive for SMCI. So if we pull up here a 4-hour chart, and you guys know that I use a lot the 5-day moving average. Any process of consolidation of SMCI above the 5-day moving average is bullish to my eyes. Okay, as of now, we have the 5-day moving average sitting at $852. So if SMCI keeps consolidating above $852, I wouldn't be surprised if we happen to see $890, which acted as resistance. This was 3 days ago. Or why not, guys? SMCI could be also going up to $911. Let me see, 900. Let me zoom in. Let me pull up a 1-hour chart. This is gonna let me see the levels in a better way. So we have over here. Let me see. What do we got here? We have an interesting area around I would say $940. Previous resistance, previous support. That could be the next important gap to the upside in the case of SMCI. And take a look at this, guys. This is another bullish development, to my eyes at least. Take a look at how the bulls have respected, despite the volatility that we have seen in the case of SMCI, the 20-day moving average. This pink line that you see over here. Let me zoom out. Sorry about that, guys. Let me pull up once again here a 4-hour chart. And take a look, guys. Take a look at the 20-day moving average. It has acted as support since mid-January. It would be very negative for the bulls to lose the 20-day moving average as support, but I don't know, guys. Again, I think that the party will keep going because of Nvda. I don't see much downside potential here. Anything can happen, but I don't see a lot of downside potential here. Okay. Let me see what the market structure of SMCI says. And let's also check on some AV webs. Take a look at the demand. The demand collapsed, but it is starting to rise little by little, guys. Look, little by little. Okay? Demand buyers. And take a look at the supply. The supply is starting to decrease. Watch out for SMCI, guys. And obviously, if, the seasonal if the seasonal weakness of Mars happens to play out, yeah, maybe SMCI could. If this 20-day moving average happens to be broken to the downside, we have a potential area of support at $700. But again, guys, I don't see a lot of room to the downside in the case of SMCI because the party keeps going, guys. The AI party. Yep. Okay, AV webs. Let me see. I haven't taken a look at any AV webs of SMCI recently, but let me take a look. SMCI, let me see. And you guys are asking about Baba. Awesome. Let me draw an AV web, guys, from the all-time high of SMCI. Let me see. Hey, take a look. Take a look at this, guys. So, this white line that you see over here is an AV web that comes from the all-time high of SMCI. And take a look at the price that we have here, guys. $850. So what does this imply? That the people that started positions on SMCI, since this stock hit all-time high, this was, I don't know, like 14 days ago, and obviously they have been averaging down on their positions. As of now, they have an average price of $856. What does this imply? That we don't have pretty much any buyers trapped on the way up over here. This is bullish for SMCI. Take a look. This AV web is signaling as of now $856. So we don't have a lot of areas of overhead supply above the current price of SMCI, guys. I don't know. Watch out. Watch out for SMCI. Not a problem. We are here to help. And obviously, guys, I always have to apologize with you because when I do live stream for you guys, I already went live for the people of my Patreon for 7 hours. So I am super exhausted. And obviously, after having been streaming for 7 or 8 hours, I don't have the maybe the same clarity that I could have if I were streaming for you guys at 8 a.m. early in the morning, obviously, right? But I do what I can, guys. And I do appreciate your support, obviously. Alibaba, I think that I saw Baba. Let me see. Alibaba. This is another crappy chart, guys, that you should stay away from. Take a look at this, guys. I have been advising systematically to stay away from Baba, guys. This is a major downtrend below all the moving averages. The trend is your friend. Downward sloping 200, downward sloping 100. Below the 5-day moving average, I see zero reason in order to go long Baba here. Maybe this could be a short opportunity, guys. So Baba closed today's trading session, and taking into account, guys, that today we had a very solid and healthy rally, right? With all the indices going higher and stuff like that. Why is Baba so weak? Because no one wants to buy Chinese stocks. That's it. And these Chinese stocks are out of favor, guys. That's it. Now, no reason to go long here, Baba. And mind you, guys, say that Baba opens the trading session tomorrow below $74, so below the 20-day. This could be a short, guys. We have room down to $72 or maybe $69. And again, guys, if you want to last long in this business, stay away from downtrends. Or, I don't know, use downtrends in order to make money with puts, via puts. But I don't have nothing constructive to say in the case of Alibaba. Just stay away from downtrends, guys. There you go. Okay, I think that we are almost 1 hour in, right? 57 minutes in, guys. So I'm about to wrap it up. We have ACMR is setting up for a possible swing trade. Let me take a look at ACMR. I don't know that stock, Aaron, but let me take a look. ACM Research. Take a look. Oof. This stock posted earnings. Is there further room to the upside? Yes, it is. Yeah. So this stock hit a brand new 52-week high, but the all-time high is at $39. I wouldn't chase it here because the push to the upside was very violent, I would say. I don't know, bro. I would have to see like 2 or 3 days of consolidation above, say, $29 in order to think about going long here. I would like to see, the 5-day kind of catching up because, wow, this stock is, let me see, 17% above the 5-day moving average. I would like to see a bit of catch up in regard to the 5-day. So let's see if it can consolidate above $29 in order to go down here. C3AI. Okay, let me do one more stock here, guys, for you. Wow, this thing went up 24% today. My goodness. I saw the report. It was an acceptable report. The valuation of this stock is super high. That doesn't mean that AI cannot go, further up. Or up further. I wouldn't chase it here either, guys. So over here we have a previous support. Let me draw a line here. In the case of AI, guys, we have a previous support back from mid-July of last year. So this is a previous support that now could be acting as a new support. So any process of consolidation above $37 could be bullish. That could represent or that could be signaling that the bulls are gathering momentum in order to fill the next important gap up to $40. $40 is a previous resistance back from precisely July of last year, early July of last year. So from say $37 up to $40, this could represent a 10% profit trade. So for the bulls, it is imperative to hold that support $37. Any process of consolidation above $37 would be would be very positive. Let me take a look at the market structure of C3AI. What do we have here? C3AI. There you go. The market structure doesn't say much, huh? Take a look at how the demand collapsed. It is starting to rise a little here, but the supply is rising, guys, and way above the level of the demand. So I would be careful here with AI. I would be careful. So I wouldn't go long below 37 bucks. And if 37 bucks happens to be broken to the downside, maybe a potential next support would be 35 bucks. This is a previous resistance back from August of last year as well. So yeah, these are the two levels that I would be keeping an eye on. And I think that AI as of now is above all the AV webs. We don't have a lot of buyers trapped as of now in the case of AI. Let me see. And yes, take a look at these guys. Take a look at these guys. So, interesting stuff. Sticky note material, I would say. This long and very long AV web, anchored volume weighted average price line, comes from none other than the all-time high of C3AI. Believe it or not, this stock hit $180 back in December of 2020. What a bubble. Unbelievable. Okay, so the buyers that started positions on C3AI back in 2020 when this stock hit 181 bucks and that have been averaging down on their positions as of now have an average price of, let me see, this is an average price of how much? They have an average price of 34 bucks. So this implies, guys, that pretty much we don't have any buyers trapped in the case of C3AI as of now. So if this good momentum could keep going on, we don't have a lot of overhead supply areas that we should be concerned about. So maybe AI could be going up to 40 bucks and maybe above 40 bucks, guys. Yeah, we don't have a lot of buyers trapped around here. And take a look at how, guys, if this support of $36 happens to be broken to the downside, and if AI happens to pay a visit down to this previous resistance that I just told you guys about, back from mid-August of last year at around $34.50, 35 bucks. So this previous area of resistance would be coinciding with the AV web that I just showed you guys about that comes from the all-time high of AI. So in case of some sort of tiny pullback in the case of AI, 35 bucks, 34, 35 bucks could be a place from which AI could be bouncing back up. So those are the areas, guys. Okay, guys, I'm exhausted. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will see you guys on Discord. So today we were able to catch the session low. I hope we can do the same tomorrow, guys. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, when I stream for you guys, I do it exclusively for the members of the server, okay? And once I'm done streaming, I release this stream, this live, openly on my YouTube channel. But the comments that you guys make over here, that you guys drop on the live chat, don't make it to the, let's say, final video. So if you guys can go to my YouTube channel and drop a comment, and hit the like button and stuff, that would be certainly very much appreciated. So thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go grab a beer. Bye-bye.